All right, the first episode back after a long hiatus
Yeah.
with a brand spanking new format,
Yeah.
which is going to be a lot easier on me. Hence the new format.
I'm going to put probably about the same amount of effort into it, though. So.
Yeah. I watched a movie, and then I talked about said movie.
Yeah.
This is Craptacular Review, and we're starting a brand new format, audio only, so that we could get into more markets.
Yeah.
Also, probably help for monetary purposes. We're not going to be sued left and right by different companies.
Yeah.
And
Maybe a few, but...
yeah, that's always going to happen.
Yeah.
And we're also going with the new mission, or challenge.
Yeah.
That's the fucking name of it. Cult Movie Challenge. One movie every week, different genre in the cult genre.
Yeah. The cult umbrella.
Well, canon itself is going to be a week. All right, so yeah, this is the first week, and we're going to be covering biker movies.
Because fuck authority.
Yeah. Don't you tell me what to do. Don't you tell me to fuck authority.
Yeah.
That's confusing. He's like, that's the what's that, the horseshoe theory
Yeah.
of like the extreme concepts on polar opposite sides will eventually become so extreme that they'll come back together.
Yeah. I think we're watching it happen, actually, in society.
That is true. Yeah, we're probably eventually going to get political left and right here. It's going to happen. There's really no way of stopping it.
Yeah.
So, trigger warning. If you need to be advised of trigger warnings, you probably shouldn't follow our podcast.
Yeah. Feel free to subscribe to the Patreon, though. We will gladly accept
yes.
your money, but...
You don't have to like us, but you do have to give us money.
Yeah.
I'm Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do an impression. Just say the name of the person you're impersonating.
Yeah.
All right, so the beer we're having right now is... actually, as we're recording this, it's New Year's Eve, and we haven't gone out to get the essential lubricants of the festivities.
Mm-hmm. KY.
Yeah, you go. So we're just drinking what I brought over from the get-go, which is... I gotta reach over and get it. I never know how the fuck to pronounce this. Ommegang. Ommegang.
Yeah, Omicron Persei 8.
There you go. It's Ommegang Persei 8.
It's the Game of Thrones thing.
One of the Game of Thrones ones they have. This one is the Iron Throne Blonde Ale, which I was mentioning to you, like, when I think of Game of Thrones, I think if there's going to be a beer to define Game of Thrones, it'd be like a stout.
Yeah.
Because it's a really dark show. But it's not bad.
It's drinkable, definitely.
Yeah. The flavor feels like there's more alcohol content in it than there is. It's only 6.5.
Yeah.
It says here, paradise with grains of paradise and lemon peel. I can taste the lemon peel a little bit. I taste a little bit of orange too.
Yeah. Yeah, mild citrus, but it's not like overpowering.
No, not at all. All right, so as mentioned before, this was Biker Movie Week.
Yeah.
And we went with The Wild Angels
Mm-hmm.
with Peter Fonda, Nancy Sinatra, and real-life couple Bruce Dern and Diane Ladd.
Yeah.
Whose daughter, Laura Dern, was actually conceived during the production of this movie, I found out. Yeah. Laura Dern was a blonde in Jurassic Park and Wild at Heart and just all-around David Lynch muse. Inland Empire, that was another one. So, yeah, okay, we went with The Wild Angels. First, kind of, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not the first biker movie, but it's the first one that started this wave.
Yeah.
Like, Easy Rider came out before it, the Wild one.
No, Easy Rider was 3 years after this.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Easy Rider was 69, this was 66.
Oh, well, my bad. Oh, shit, that's right. Yeah, I should have known that was 69. Yeah, I fucked up on that. Well, okay, the Wild one was before this.
Yeah, way before. That was like 50...
It was definitely the 50s. Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how much time went by. But there is a noticeable difference in the tone.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that. Did you want to do the plot, or should I?
I mean, basically the plot is it's like one of the LA chapters of the Hells Angels, I think it is, and
well, I think in the movie they actually do go by the Wild Angels.
They did
for like I'm gonna guess legal purposes. Or
Most
whatever.
of the time, they were just referred to as the Angels, but at one point, I do remember them saying Hell's Angels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think just once they dropped it, but for the most part, it was just the Angels. Like, you hear when the cops phone it in on the highway, they're like, the Angels are riding blah, blah, blah on highway.
Well, I did notice the patches on the back of their jackets and vests and everything.
Yeah.
It just said Angels San Diego. So, yeah, it was never... I don't remember if they did say Hell's Angels or not. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that they did.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I do know that if nothing else, they used actual Hell's Angels as extras.
Yeah.
Which,
I saw that in the opening credits.
Maybe it wasn't a smart idea. All right, once we finish this movie up, let's go ahead and do a music festival with Rolling Stones. Can't go bad. Can't go bad. We're going to kill it.
I get it.
It's funny because there was a murder. Anyway. So, yeah, it's dealing with Hell's Angels chapter in California.
Of which Peter Fonda is the president of this chapter. And, it starts off with Peter Fonda rolls into Bruce Stern's, like, job or whatever.
Mm-hmm. The oil.
Yeah, he's working, like, an oil refinery or something like that. And he gets talking to him and then... gets Bruce Stern's character gets fired. But what was the original conversation about? It was something about like getting his bike back.
I think that was because it was after that they went to like the Latino biker gang's shop and found like the remnants of Dern's bike.
Yeah.
So fight ensues, and that's where the plot gets rolling.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Because then cops show up because they've been alerted by the presence of a wild horse or something. I don't know. There was just a fucking horse, and they just let it go, and that was what got the cops' attention.
Yeah.
And they made the brilliant decision. Let's have Loser take one of the cops' motorcycles and just ride off to distract them. It's like, I don't know. You guys weren't like committing that bad of a crime.
Yeah. Maybe just like trespassing and some assault charges, but
it wouldn't have been for a biker gang. That wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
That's Tuesday.
Yeah.
So he gets shot. Cop goes off the edge. Which, by the way, I'm sorry, but it's like this is all the cop's fault.
Yeah.
The cop decided this guy stole a police motorcycle that completely and totally warrants me to try to blow his fucking head off. I wouldn't really agree with that.
Yeah.
And then he's so fucking horrible at doing that while riding a motorcycle, which honestly I think a lot of people would be. That'd be very difficult. That's some pretty difficult double tasking there, I think.
Yeah, firing a pistol while driving a motorcycle.
Exactly. He goes off the edge of a cliff via dummy.
Yeah.
And so Dern gets caught, taken to the hospital, and there's a little surgery and everything. And his old lady is played by his real life old lady, Diane Ladd.
I keep forgetting her name.
Yep. You volunteered. I was commandeering the plot description from you.
Oh no, you were doing better at it than I was. But yeah, he's in the hospital and in the meantime, they go back to the Angels party in like the woods or whatever, where they're all just hanging out. They're all waiting for Loser to show up. He never shows up. I don't actually remember how they get from where's Loser to we got to bust him out of the hospital. I don't remember how they found out.
If I remember correctly, isn't it? I think they get the news when they're at the bar playing pool.
Was that it?
I think that's where. Because I remember she was Diane Ladd. She was walking through the bar, and Frankenstein.
Okay, yeah.
The rapey one.
Yeah. Frankenstein the rapist.
Yes. Oh my god, that's right. That's a movie. Maybe that's where they got that from.
Yeah.
He just like he tries to like fondle and so forth. He's just like, hey, your old man's gone, and you still want to be his old lady, or you want to be a mama, which I guess means biker whore. I don't know. So she's like, I'm gonna be his old lady, so fuck off.
Yeah.
And then that's when they decide they're gonna bust him out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Which, of course, during the breakout, everything's going fine until Rape Boy starts raping.
Mm-hmm. Raper's gonna rape.
Mm-hmm. The Rapes of Wrath. Which the film adaptation starred Henry Fonda, and we're back. So yeah, out of everyone that was helping break him out, Fonda is the only one that actually is spotted. So he gets fingered in a scrapbook of mugshots.
Yeah, and then
in Family Memories.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so when he gets back home, he sees cops in his house and decides to lay low.
And yes, when he's deciding that he's going to leave forever, that's when we're getting the 1 minute long stretch of random cat sounds. Yeah. Which, like, I get what you're saying. That I take it what you're doing is you're trying to use the sounds of the cats as like symbolism for, you know, the tough upbringing he had, and he's using the revving of the motorcycle engine to basically drown it out. He's using the motorcycle gang to put away his past.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Could you please do this symbolically in a much less annoying way? Because that was really fucking annoying. And joins back up with the gang, and they decide they're going to have the funeral and everything.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say at this point, like I've had an interesting history with the biker genre.
Yeah.
I want to like more of them than I do, but there's so many of them that I watch where the biker gang is just nothing but fucking assholes.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't sympathize with you at all.
Yeah.
Up to this point, I've been relatively sympathetic with the gang as a whole.
Yeah.
Not Frankenstein,
yeah.
obviously. Pretty much everyone else I'm fine with. And then we have the funeral.
Yeah.
That's when things change. And the movie wastes no time in being hypocritical. They have like a big, like, you know, soapbox scene.
Yeah.
Where, like, the priest is trying to give the eulogy. Which, by the way, I'm going to sidetrack here big time. What the fuck is with the biker gang obsession with swastikas?
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Like, I'm not super familiar with, like, the Hells Angels and that whole, you know, piece of American history, I guess. But
the swastika's even integrated into the title of the film.
Yeah, in the opening credits. Yeah, I saw that. But yeah, like, I don't know if that was just... I think it may have just been like, because at one point they talk about flying their colors and all that, and I think that may have been like Loser's shtick a little bit, because he had like the hat with the swastikas on it,
yeah.
And yeah, they had it draped over his coffin, and he really seems to be the only one you know, wearing them. I mean, Peter Fonda's wearing like the Iron Cross necklace, but not. I don't remember seeing anyone else wearing like swastikas or sporting swastikas on their jackets, but I could be wrong.
Sporting swastikas on their dick?
Jacket.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I didn't see any of them on dicks either. So
Dickica.
Yeah. Swastika.
Which I believe was the head coach for the 1985 Chicago Bears. Yeah, a lot of sidetracking there. Okay, so yeah, the funeral.
Yeah. One thing I did notice...
now that we've just briefly gotten back on track, let's go ahead and go back off track.
No, I'm actually getting back on track.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually... I noticed a bit of a parallel between Peter Fonda's speech and like the one moment from The Wild One where she's like, well, what are you rebelling against? And then Brando's character is like, what do you got? And then during the speech in the church, I remember the preacher's like,
I think he just says like, well, what do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt like I had the same feeling where it's like it was the same setup.
Yeah.
But whereas like with Brando, it was a very just like, matter of fact, to the point.
Yeah.
What do you got? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Fonda is just he's very long-winded.
Yeah.
Just like
we want to be free, and
we want to be free to be who we want to be, and to ride our bikes. And it's like
and we want to get loaded.
Yeah. For a moment, it's like, okay, I'm with you on this. We want to be free. Now let's trash this fucker. Yeah. It's like, well, hold on, wait a minute. We want to be free, not so much you.
Yeah.
And they just completely fucking trash the church.
Right.
Knock the priest out, tie him up.
Yeah.
Swap him with the body in the casket.
Yeah. Yeah, they prop up Loser's corpse, put his shades on, stick a joint in his mouth, and, like, I think they even put up his middle finger on, like, the hand that's across his chest.
Loser's old lady gets raped in the corner by a couple dudes.
Yeah.
Which no one cares about.
Yeah.
Solidarity. Peter Fonda, for a whole 3 minutes, decides to break up with Nancy Sinatra to fuck some giant redhead behind the casket.
Yeah, he downgraded for those 3 minutes.
Oh, big time. Oh, my God. Why? It's 1966. You're with Nancy Sinatra. You're at the top, man.
Yeah.
She did a Bond theme. Boom. You only live twice, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I always forget. What exactly is her relation to Frank Sinatra? She is related. He's a cousin?
I thought it was like... I honestly thought it was like daughter or something. I thought it was more closely related than... I'll look it up.
I thought their age was much closer to be father.
Nancy Sandra Sinatra is an American singer and actress. She is the daughter of late singer-actor Frank Sinatra.
Okay, daughter then. All right. Okay, yeah, so there's that. But yeah, I don't know. That was a bit of a downgrade. And then immediately he changes his mind.
Yeah.
Understandable. I'm thinking like he was like, let's try this out, and then like no, and then just comes back. So hey, anything happened while I was gone? Well, they pulled the dead body out of the casket, beat up the priest. And, yeah. Did you kiss this guy?
How dare you?
Yes. How dare you kiss this man while I'm fucking her?
Yeah.
Do you have no morals?
Used to be such a nice girl.
Your boots are made for walking. Why don't you walk out the fucking door?
Yeah.
That worked out well. So then they decide they're going to have like a proper burial.
Yeah.
And you get like the 5-minute long scene of them walking from the church.
The funeral march.
Yeah, to the cemetery. And they're just gathering more and more people.
Yeah.
They're just like onlookers from the town. And they get there and they lower the... I'm very certain that this was not meant to be as funny as it was. They're lowering the casket and some random kid in this town just picks up a rock and chucks it at him. Beans one of them right in the head, and they drop the casket. It's like, he who is not without sin can't say, hey, shut up, I'm still trying to talk. Put the rock down. It was, oh my God, I laughed so hard at that.
I actually had to I had to backtrack. I remember because I missed what had happened. Like I looked down to type something on the computer. I think I was still doing my notes, and then I look up and there's just a giant fight. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
You had to back up to see what happened. It's very solemnly lowering the casket. Hey, Malkovich! And then, then the fight breaks out between the townsfolk and the biker gang. Yeah. And Fonda, all of a sudden, he's Mr. Responsibility. He's just standing back. Cops are coming. Everyone starts fleeing, and Nancy Sinatra's like, come on, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. He's like, where's there to go?
Yeah.
Which, I'll get back to this in a little bit. So, yeah, then she goes with the guy that she was kissing at the funeral party. And
Pygmy? Was that one's name?
As could be.
I think it may have been. I can't remember. I don't know.
And then he just stays behind burying Loser while the cops come.
Yeah.
Which, so yeah, okay. That's the plot. So let's get to thoughts. What were your thoughts on the movie?
I enjoyed it. It wasn't like I did kind of notice that like they're trying to make it seem like these guys aren't so bad, and then like every time you
really,
just start
really
thinking
bad.
that every time you start thinking it, it's like, oh well, Frankenstein tries to rape a nurse, or they beat up a priest and trash his church, or something like that. It's like every time they get one step closer to redeeming themselves, they just take a big old shit on it, and
take a wrong turn on the way to Aspen. And totally redeem yourself.
But yeah, I did notice it, especially like early on in the film when the big focus is on them just riding and stuff like that. We get a lot of like really wide shots.
That's
wide
true.
Open,
That's
like
one
landscapes, deserts, highways, that sort of thing.
That's one thing I forgot to mention. There are some moments of surprisingly beautiful cinematography in this movie.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that. Like, pretty much right up until like the end of the police chase, like we get a lot of a lot of really gorgeous scenery and stuff like that. Like even some of like the inner city shots toward the beginning were, I thought, really well done. Like, gave it a sense of character a little bit.
I'll definitely agree with that. I thought, the look of the movie up until the end of the police chase with Loser was really beautiful. There was a lot of really great. There was some great shots of like desert with mountains off in the background. After that it did become much more within the town, within the cities. There was a belch. As previously mentioned, we are drinking beer. There's another.
I think mine picked that one up a little bit too.
Wow, nice. Wasn't huge on mine. Maybe it just traveled very well. Honestly, for me, like, I didn't think the Frankenstein character was completely ruining the biker gang for me, because if nothing else, you could just say like, you would be saying that like one bad apple ruined the bunch. It's like for the most part they were acting decently. I think an example back at the oil refinery where Loser loses his job. That pretty much all comes about because they retaliated against someone being a dick to them. Like it was like the foreman that came up to Fonda and just started grabbing his neck. It's like, oh, what the fuck does this mean? He's like, no, don't put your hands on someone. That's confrontational. And there's no surprise that they responded like, fuck off. They didn't even they didn't take a swing or anything. They just basically grabbed him and pushed him aside. If it wasn't for the fucking funeral scene, this movie would have been a lot better. The funeral scene ruined everything. And, maybe it's just one of those things where I'm just not really getting what the message was of the funeral scene. Maybe they're trying to say that the funeral was their way of just kind of snapping and, lashing back. After being pushed around so much. And
that's kind of what I was thinking it was. It was just, a twig only bends so far before it snaps type thing. Like,
and Fonda's like 3-minute infidelity could be another great little mini piece of symbolism there. Because like he snapped, went off the not literally off the road, but figuratively went off the road, and then came back to his senses. Like, no, we got to straighten up here. And that did kind of, because once he came back to Nancy Sinatra after being gone for so long, they got their shit back together and started doing the funeral march. But it was just it was too much for me. It was just like, oh, I can't, no, that, sorry.
Plus, that scene lasted like a half hour, so it's like a half hour
that
of
went
just
fucking ever, man.
Destroying this funeral, like, completely, just dickheaded-ish.
And like the priest wasn't even really he wasn't doing anything nasty to them. So what was it that made them snap? There wasn't really much of anything that was going on that made them snap.
I almost wonder if that's not another like symbolism, like fighting back against the man and, like, I guess the establishment, because what represents establishment more than a church, I guess. So
that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to say, like, it's not the best biker movie I've ever seen. I don't know. It might actually be. Because, like, I'm trying to think of the other ones that I've seen. I've seen The Wild One. I've seen Easy Rider. What the fuck is this one? I think there's one called Run Angel Run. Satan's Sadists. Which... Because fuck it. Whatever. Yeah. How about the Christ Punchers? How about that? What was the other one? Oh, Werewolves on Wheels. That one's actually surprisingly good. The werewolf aspect is not as large a part of the movie as you would think.
Yeah.
Although it really does pay off when at the end you literally do see a werewolf riding a motorcycle. As crazy as it may sound, in terms of like what competition is there for great biker movies to go up against the Wild Angels, I'm probably gonna actually have to say with Werewolves on Wheels. I think it's probably the biggest competition.
Really?
There's some decent,
more so than Easy Rider.
Yeah. Let me explain that one, because I'm saying this as a person that's about halfway through the 1001 movies you must see before you die list.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not just like, I like shit, the end. I also like Godard.
Yeah.
And the Dr. Seuss novel, Godard Go. With Easy Rider, I've only seen it once, and it was like almost 10 years ago. And it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Yeah. And I was thrown off by that, so I was a little disappointed, and I just haven't gone back and watched it yet. I think I probably would like it. I'd like it more. I don't know if I'd love it.
I liked it quite a bit when I watched it. I just watched it recently for the first time, like within the past year or two, I'd say.
It's very much a bit of a wandering road movie.
Yeah.
And in that regards, I don't think it'll ever dethrone Two Lane Blacktop. That's my all-time favorite with that sort of film. But I'm sure I'd probably like it a little bit more. But yeah, at this moment, it's probably a toss-up between those two, Werewolves on Wheels and The Wild Angels. And that's not really a ringing endorsement for the genre, I'll admit. And it's weird, because after I just got done saying all that, we're like, about Easy Rider. I think Easy Rider had the best mentality for biker movies.
Yeah.
A lot of them seem to go with the concept of The Wild One, which is like, let's just have the biker gang just be a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah.
And let's also try to make the audience sympathize with them.
Right.
That's a massive failure in my books. I much more appreciate the concept of the wandering biker gang.
Yeah. The craving the open road type thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because there was actually a moment where I was watching The Wild Angels, and I was just thinking, like, I'd like to join a biker gang, but I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, we're a biker gang. Does anyone need to go to Walmart? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we just have to call each other together and get together when one of us has to run an errand?
Yeah.
Are we basically just chauffeurs for each other?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What do you do? No wonder you got to fight the establishment. You got to have a hobby. There was that, and there's also the combination of I don't know how to ride a bike, so motorcycle would probably be that's too much of a step up. So I did the whole routine of, like, I'm like 6 years old and I get the bicycle with the train and wheels, but they're not letting me out of the driveway, so it's like, well, I don't
why?
I don't really have anywhere that I can go, so I don't need this. And then that was just it.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, I got my, learner's permit. 8 years old.
So, what did you see over the wheel?
boxes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Phone books. Back then, phone books were a thing.
Yeah.
Not so much now. I guess maybe the guys who used to hand out phone books, they just hand out like discs of Google. Google comes in disc form, right? Like the AOL free trials.
Yeah. That's what I thought you were trying to refer to at first. So, like, is he thinking they just all got jobs at AOL, but he forgot what AOL was?
I'm just like everyone else. Everyone forgot what AOL was like.
Yeah.
God, that was I every now and then I hear about people that are actually collecting those free trial discs.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, what the... Come on.
Of all the hobbies.
That's right around there with collecting TV guides.
Yeah.
Which at one point I did. Well, there's an episode of Seinfeld where you find out that George's dad does that. And he gets really pissed off because Elaine borrowed a copy because she was gonna. Well, I think she was gonna read like an article or something. She was gonna use like an interview in the TV guide as like a source material for something.
Yeah.
And yeah, George's dad got really pissed off that she took it. He's like, "Great, now I have an incomplete collection." And it was because of that. Because when that episode aired, I was like 7 or so. So I'm 7 years old. I'm fucking stupid. So, like, collecting TV guides. I guess that's a thing. So I just started hoarding every TV guide that my parents bought. Like that was gonna do something. It didn't.
Still have them?
I don't think so. I do. The only one that I specifically remember, I just remember there was one where the cover was Courtney Cox and Tom Selleck for the Friends the relationship they had on their characters had on Friends.
Oh,
that was it.
Yeah.
I remember there was that, and there was another one where there's an article in there about how Mystery Science Theater was getting its own movie, and so I ruined the face value for that collector's issue by taking the pictures in there and turning them into pogs.
Nice.
Yes. Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are your thoughts on... I've pretty much said everything that I have on the biker genre. What were your thoughts on the biker genre as a whole?
I don't know. I need to delve into it a bit more because I've seen this. I've seen Easy Rider, and I've seen the Wild One, but it's been so long I don't remember anything from it.
The thing I usually just remember from the Wild One, I remember the iconic look of Brando in the movie.
Yeah.
I remember Lee Marvin being in it, and I remember thinking, oh, I didn't know Lee Marvin was ever young.
Yeah.
I remember the, what he done line.
Yeah.
And then I also remember, there was... I just remember there was like a kerfuffle going on, and some of the bikers were... Why did I even fucking say motorcyclists? Some of the bikers were trying to flee the town, and the townsfolk were like, no. I think like a couple townsfolk, like Lee Marvin was trying to flee down Main Street, and like a couple townsfolk had like a rope strewn across the street.
I don't remember that at all.
I could be really wrong on that one. I remember, I think there was some scene where I think it was Lee Marvin on the bike, and he was trying to flee, and he got like pulled backwards off of his motorcycle. So in my mind, that's what happened.
Yeah.
There may be another explanation, or I'm just possibly forgetting it or remembering it wrong entirely. Yeah, it's it's one of those things where like I wish I could like it.
Yeah.
I wanna like it, the biker genre. I have problems with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's at its core, isn't it just like another exploitation genre?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's kind of like here's what in my mind I'm kind of comparing it to the spaghetti western right now.
Yeah.
Where it's like okay, spaghetti western Fistful of Dollars came out, and that was a huge fucking success, much like the Wild One with bikers.
Yeah.
But that didn't start everything. And spaghetti westerns it was Django that came out that really got the ball rolling. Biker gangs, it was the Wild Angels.
Yeah.
So it's like you have the movie that was first, but then you have the one that started everything.
Yeah.
Obviously more so with Django, because I'd be tempted to say there's probably just as many movies that use the word Django in its title that there were in the biker genre as a whole. I mean, there's literally 400-500 spaghetti westerns.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking insane. All in like a 7-year span.
Yeah.
I miss the good old days. Like, fucking, man, Italian film industry, man, they just pump that shit out. And that's the crazy thing about that is, like, there's all those spaghetti westerns, and you get, like, maybe 40 of them on DVD in the States. Like, it's compared to, like, how many there are and how many are available here.
Yeah.
It's such an underrepresented genre.
Yeah.
Really going off topic here. We're going to talk about a completely different subject. Yeah, there's going to be other themes that come up, but that I'm going to like a hell of a lot more than this one. I know that much. And I didn't hate this movie. It was just.
And for the cult challenge, I still plan on doing the list I had made too. So I'm going to watch Girl Boss Gorilla.
That's don't tell me. I'm trying to remember what that one's for.
Well, that's
your biker one.
Yeah, that's the biker movie.
Yeah.
But it's also a pinky violence movie from Japan. So.
Mm-hmm. If I remember, I'm not entirely familiar with the pinky violence genre. If I remember correctly, isn't it just like female-centric sex and violence movies?
Pretty much.
Or like the chick taking control, but also getting naked while taking said control.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that going on.
It's not a bad idea. Of course, the big problem is like there's a lot of censorship rules in Japan.
Yeah.
So I don't. Why Japan, of all countries, is taking this on? I don't know, man.
I don't know, but
the only Japanese movie I've ever seen that actually like didn't censor any of its nudity was In the Realm of the Senses. And that's because they actually shot it in France, just with the Japanese cast and crew.
Yeah.
And they must have felt really liberated to do some of the things they did in that movie. I'm being hesitant here because there's a 14-year-old in this room as we're recording this. Let's say there's a reverse egg lane. And it's not left to the imagination. Part of the Criterion Collection.
Oh, I would hope so.
And I also have a gigantic original issue. Yeah, well, that too. I have a gigantic, originally issued Italian poster for the movie. I just remember I found it for like dirt cheap on eBay. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting that.
Yeah.
And then I got it and realized I could never find a poster frame that could fit it. So they go like the Hobby Lobby. It's like, how much would this cost? $300. That's about 15 times more than what I spent on the poster. So, no.
Pass.
Mm-hmm. Well, this sucks. I thought we were going to go longer. Oh, well, I guess this is the first episode of the format, so there's going to be learning curves.
Yeah.
So, I guess Kevin and I are going to wrap this episode up, and then we're going to get on with the festivities of the evening.
What do we have? What's next week's category? I forget.
Next week, let me look it up.
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
That's right. Next week is Fred Olin Raid Week, which I'm assuming you're a little butthurt that we're not going with the Alien Dead. He made the Alien Dead.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the point of that. That's why I said that. The only reason I'm mentioning that is because I remember I briefly brought up that movie once.
Yeah.
And you knew what the movie was. And that blew my fucking mind. That you knew what the Alien Dead was.
I thought we came to the conclusion that it was a different one that I was talking about.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Because you remembered it because of an actor that was in it, and I looked it up, and that actor was in it.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
I don't remember who the actor is.
I don't either, because I barely remember the conversation.
I
haven't actually seen the movie. I just knew of it.
You don't want to see the movie. It's fucking atrocious, man. It's like snail's pace. But I'm led to believe that Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Exhibit A is the title.
Yeah.
Also, the guy that played Leatherface in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is in it. Gunnar Hansen.
Yeah.
Mbop.
Rest in peace. He died recently.
I just like you went with rest in peace, and I went with Mbop.
Hey, we all got to grieve our own way.
Yep.
What do I have for... Oh, I got Attack of the 60-Foot Centerfold on my list for Fred Olen. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So I might try and squeeze that one in so I actually have more fodder for the conversation come next week. So,
if you want to come next week, all right. I thought you were going to do it when we were talking about Pinky Violence and the egg scene in the realm of the senses, but whatever. Alrighty, so I guess that about does it here.
Yeah.
All right. See you.